Can a narcissist ever really heal? We say that people with narcissistic personality disorder cannot heal. Somebody who has pronounced narcissistic traits, they're basically a little bit immature emotionally, they're a bit exploitative, they're a little bit entitled. As they grow up and as they experience more of life, they can change and they can emotionally mature. Somebody who has full-blown narcissistic personality disorder is pretty much considered incurable for some good reasons. What's the difference between pronounced narcissistic traits and full-blown narcissistic personality disorder? Full-blown narcissistic personality disorder, they would have to tick the boxes of 5 or more of the 9 traits of NPD. Why is this not curable? Okay, so there are 2 things here. Narcissistic personality disorder doesn't really function the way that most personality disorders do. That basically replaces the character, so there is no personality left. There are only the defense mechanisms. If you suspect that the person has NPD, and it's not that hard to tell, if somebody shows up with a narcissistic trait, they will at some point also show compassion and insight and humility, the capacity to change and the capacity to feel remorse. What happens on the other side of that coin is that you'll find yourself in a relationship with an NPD and you become part of their world. And to that extent, they kind of function as like a very aggressive introvert, and they force you to be what they need you to be within that world. This is called projective identification. Why this isn't curable? Well, personality disorders can be ameliorated, but this doesn't really function as a personality disorder. This functions as a series of defense mechanisms, as I said earlier. Narcissists cannot do horizontal relationships where we are good socialist comrades and everybody is equal. This is not acceptable. Everything has to be vertical. Why would I do it? The simple answer is I wouldn't. Usually when the narcissistic personality is formed, it is formed between 2 polarities. You might have one parent being extremely abusive and or neglectful, and then the other parent compensating for the abuse of the other parent by spoiling the child and giving them too much because they feel sorry for them. Both of these things are extremely damaging for a child. There is no self, there's no me, I'm never loved for being me. I'm an object and I'm stuck between abuse and being upheld as something wonderful. The motto of the narcissistic personality disorder is never again. If I was abused or ignored or bullied before, I will never be the victim ever again. Second thing that makes it very hard to ameliorate the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder is they don't think they're doing anything wrong. This is my golden ticket that lets me step on other people's faces. There is no better, I'm best. The therapist doesn't know more than I do. So when you understand that, the mechanics of the structure of what forms a narcissistic personality disorder, you can see why therapy really isn't going to be on the cards.